Hi everyone, myself Gopika Santosh, working as a clinical perfusionist at Narayana Health, Bangalore. Today I'll be giving on a presentation on LV apical cannulation and cerebral perfusion technique for a complex aortic arch dissections. As you all know, the aneurysms and dissections involving the aortic arch and the descending aorta carries a significant morbidity and mortality risk. In order to reduce the pathological complications of the techniques, we need to develop some kind of techniques. That's how the frozen elephant trunk differs from other aortic arch repairs. It was developed to facilitate the two-stage surgery of an extensive pathologies of thoracic aorta. It is a single-stage treatment option for the patients with acute and chronic aortic dissections of DeBakey type 1 and also selected patients with Stanford type B aortic dissections. When moving into the case scenario, we had a 60-year-old male patient who had complaints of chest pain and breathlessness since 10 days, who was a chronic hypertensive and chronic smoker. This echo revealed that a type B dissections with acute mural hematoma and ascending aorta were dilated with no aortic regurgitation. His PA pressures were normal with EF of 55%. A CT also shown that type B dissections with acute intramural hematoma involving the entire thoracic aorta, which was penetrating into the descending thoracic aorta and proximal to the left subclavian artery with no occlusive coronary artery diseases. Why we chosen a different perfusion strategies and cannulation technique for this particular case is because of the involvement of intramural hematoma, which was through the innominate artery, and hematoma was also extending beyond the arch. And NIRS on the right side of this patient was low in the lower side. So the key strategies were the LV apical cannulation under the TE guidance with true lumen perfusion, and it can also provide a full flow, which is required for this particular patient, and uniform rewarming and cooling, and also the uniform distribution of flows. We cool the patient with a temperature of 26 degree of rectal, and we used a St. Thomas retrograde cardioplegia for the myocardial protection. As a cerebral protective strategies, we used retrograde cerebral perfusion through the venous line and a selective antegrade cerebral perfusion through the silicone antegrade perfusion grid flow catheters. This picture shows that an LV apical cannulation with the 24 fringe EOPA. And there's one video which we cannulated the LV apical and which was going to the aorta to the ascending aorta. This TE showed that soon after we initiated the cardiopulmonary bypass, the flow from the LV apical to the ascending aorta. It's a frozen elephant trunk which we used for this particular case by Vasutech Thermo Group, and this will come with a standard one and which will have a side arm graft along with the arch vessels. And the landing zone of frozen elephant trunk should be into the second zone of arch of aorta, that is through the left subclavian artery. Coming to the operative plan, we used LV apical cannulation with a 24 fringe EOPA cannula and bicavial venous cannulation with 32 and 24 fringe cannulas. We cooled the patient of rectal temperature of 26 degrees centigrade, and we instituted a brief TCA to facilitate the RCP through the SVC cannulae. Dissection flap and true lumen were identified. We administered retrograde cardioplegia for the myocardial protection. After discontinuing the retrograde cerebral perfusion, we instituted the selective antegrade cerebral perfusion through a 14 fringe and 12 fringe cannulas. Once the distal thoracic aorta were anastomosed, the deployment of 26 mm Thoraflex hybrid FEST graft to the second zone of descending thoracic aorta. Lower body perfusion, we started through the side arm graft of frozen elephant trunk graft. Once the proximal anastomosis is performed, we deared the heart and cross clamp were released. After that, we reconstructed the arch vessels, rewarmed the patient, weaned from the cardiopulmonary bypasses, and hemostasis were securely achieved. As I mentioned earlier, we used a 12 fringe and 14 fringe catheter for the selective perfusion. And once the anastomosis is finished or the deployment of this frozen elephant trunk is done, we initiated the distal perfusion through the side arm graft, which is denoted in the blue one. And we were using a 12 fringe and 14 fringe catheter for the selective antegrade cerebral perfusion. Postoperatively, patient got extubated on the second POD and he was on the higher oxygen, and his hemodynamically he was stable. Here is an attachment which also supports the transapical cannulation for aortic arch type A and type B dissections. This is a journal from 2008 by Sonoskovisky, in cardiothoracic surgery. He also states that the transapical cannulation is an excellent method of establishing the cardiopulmonary bypass, as it is quick, provides more physiological method of delivering antegrade arterial flow, and it is the only method to assure the perfusion to the true lumen. And there is one more literature by Dr. Wada, who was a Japanese surgeon. He also concluded that it is a simple and quick cannulation technique and it is sufficient antegrade aortic flow and the reliability of true lumen perfusion with decreased level of stroke and malperfusion. So why we selected this case, and the proper case selection, one of the most important thing, and we used a frozen elephant trunk was the ideal choice for this particular case. And we used an LV apical cannulation, which was differ from other cannulation techniques in other aortic arch repairs, is because of the presence of intramural hematoma through the innominate artery, and we were not able to find the dissection extension. So the LV apical cannulation can provide a true lumen perfusion, and it will also avoid the malperfusion, and which also overcome the demerits of femoral artery cannulation as well as the axillary artery cannulation. Perfusion strategies, we used retrograde cerebral perfusion and selective antegrade cerebral perfusion, and we set up the whole extracorporeal circuits according to our case scenario. Proper coordination among the team, one of the most important things throughout the case scenario. We monitor the cerebral saturation throughout the case. The main advantage of using a frozen elephant trunk technique is because the patient can go for a TEVA procedure in future with the thoracic aorta if it is required. But we didn't do in this case because of the financial issues. With all this, I would like to conclude that the LV apical cannulation is a safe and effective method for complex aortic and chronic type A and type B dissections. It also provides an alternative solution and overcomes the demerits of axillary and femoral artery cannulations. Frozen elephant trunk graft provides one of the top solutions for managing patients with type A and type B dissections. Thank you.